My name is Ariel Ivan Correa Betancourt, U.S. Army captain, retired, and this is my story. Yes, I'm born and raised in Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico, and what made me join the Army was I'm a fifth generation military in my family. Service was a part of the pride of the family, but at the beginning, as every kid, I went to school, college, and I decided to get married, and I had my kid, and I decided to join the United States Army. That was in 1995. I went out to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri as a combat engineer. That's where I had my basic training and AIT. At the beginning, I started in Army National Guard from Puerto Rico, and then after a year, I decided to go to active duty. After that, I went to Fort Stewart, Georgia. That's when I started my active duty career back in 1997. After Fort Stewart, Georgia, I went to Correa, and I served a year in Correa. And then after that, I decided to re-enlist for 5 more years as a combat engineer airborne. I went to airborne school at Fort Benning, Georgia. Then I went to Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I got assigned to 27 Engineer Battalion Combat Airborne. And my job was basically deactivate mines, explosive demolitions, and I became a squad leader at that time. I reached the rank of corporal. I was in an NCO Academy, the Non-Commissioned Officer Academy, when the September 11 event happened, and I was combat ready to roll. I got assigned, I got orders to go to Europe. I was supposed to go to Italy, but the Afghanistan war started, so I deviated to Germany. I was stationed in Bamberg, Germany, and with them I went to Kosovo, and we stayed there longer. After that, we went to Iraq. And life event happened. I had to return back to Ghana. My dad was very sick, and I had to take care of him. So I got assigned to Fort Benning, Georgia, as instructor for engineer, explosive and demolition instructor. By that time, I was hitting almost my 9-year service. I was a staff sergeant, and I decided to become an officer. Because the reason for that was I didn't want to help the soldiers and their families on a higher level. And sometimes I saw the need out there for a leadership that really cares about the soldiers and know their stuff. And I was being selfless, so I want to help others. So I became an officer back in 2006. I got a branch assigned as an infantry officer. And I was stationed at Fort Benning, Georgia. That's when I have received my first command. I was a commander on the Western Hemisphere Institute for Security Cooperation, which is we train allied countries from Central and South America, including the Caribbean. And I was a commander for the student company. During that time, they were short and captain Spanish speakers, and they decided to pick me to become a commander in HAC as well. So as a lieutenant, I simultaneously commanded 2 companies at the same time. It was not easy, but I had the first sergeants helping me out to complete all those tasks that we needed. Right after that, I became a captain, so I went to captain career course, and they branched transferred me to human resources. And after that, I went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and I was personnel S1 for a year. And after that, I spoke with my battalion commander. They said, I want to command again. And they gave me another company, which was a HAC 120 reception battalion, where all the basic trainees that go to Fort Jackson and register first before start the basic training. So I was responsible for the staff. There were more than 160 personnel, including military and civilians. And I successfully commanded that company as well. And after that, I went to Patrick Air Force Base, to the Equal Opportunity Management Institute, which better known as the DOMI. And I served as instructor for equal opportunity there as well. Finally, I went to Fort Stewart, Georgia, where I started. That's where I had the chance to retire back in 2017 after a couple more personnel, human resources officer. My deployments, I went to Iraq, Operation Iraqi Freedom. Second rotation, a little bit after the 6-month first rotation of everybody, we had to establish operations there. And it wasn't easy. A lot of scars from wars, lost friends, and a lot of things that you can imagine you see there. However, you try to heal and be resilient, and you push yourself to become a better person every day. After that, I did a lot of things. I helped 1,000 soldiers during my career, families as well, and still people call me, and soldiers even to say hi to me or thank you, or if they need an advice. I became an advisor for those that they're still in, those young soldiers that now they're leaders out there. Yes, as any military serving during the war, I leave a lot of things, and the problem with this is, and I said a problem. I was taking care of everybody, but I forgot about somebody very important in my life to take care of. Was myself. I was asking everybody, "Are you okay?" Trying to find resources for all my soldiers assigned to me and friends that they were serving as well. But I never asked that question until I retired back in 2017. And when I look myself, I have more issues than I could imagine. Army was gone, and I had to start my journey as a civilian. I had the blessed I met before I retired my wife. She been very supportive with me, and she was the one that told me you need to take care of yourself. And I started seeking help in different veterans organizations, including Correa Foundation. I started trying to keep myself busy as well. One of the strugglings that we have is finding a job right after the service. I have my master's in human resource management, and I went to the state agency and different other agencies, and I didn't find no job. I don't know the reason. However, I kept my head up always. So I started focusing more on myself. I started golfing more often, going to golf clinics, tournaments. Also, I went to culinary art school. I became a chef, and this is what I do to canalize my PTSD. I like to cook, and one of the reasons is I keep people happy. When you cook, people is happy with you, and it's a beautiful thing. You're still serving others with that. Also, I attend a lot of our military organizations. Well, I'm talking civilians now, veterans, that they're made by veterans as well. We have plenty of them out there. One of them is Operation Red Wing Foundation as well. He helped me out as well to canalize my PTSD and find myself again, and cope with that PTSD and have better relationship with my family and friends, that's an important thing that you have around you. I would like more organization like civilians help veterans to find a job, a good job. Because I can take any job, but the thing is, a good paid job here in Central Florida is hard to find. And I know you gotta meet people and know somebody that help you out. Because especially like me, I'm 53 years old. People don't see me like, oh, this guy's old. But I have a lot of things to bring to the organization. So I think this is one of the strugglings right now. I know there's a lot of people out there like me, struggling and trying to find a job. In my case, I gave up. I just cooking and enjoying life with my family, traveling and stuff. But there are other people that really need it out there, and they don't get any help. Always reach out to other veterans. They might need your help, and I'm here to help anybody that asks me to help, because there's a lot of veterans struggling out there. They need a job, and they need help in other resources. And usually we know, I would say, oh, I don't need that, but always think about somebody might need it. So always think about others because veterans, we need to help each other.